BlackBerry Today, brought to you by Skin It. Visit our show notes for the links to get yourself a discount as well as great gel skins. This one is called Isn't That Convenient?
Episode 7. Tell me when.
Go.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Perfect.
Here we go.
There we go.
Welcome. Episode number 7, BlackBerry Today. We are rolling at the mark of, well, I know you'll cover it in the news. We don't want to spoil the surprise. So everything good? Is everything going well?
Wait, what am I covering in the news?
Well, if you don't cover it, I'll cover it. But otherwise, There's news.
Excellent.
It's kind of the way this game works.
Excellent.
Kind of the way this works. It's been a couple weeks. Hopefully, if you are seeing this, that means you've seen the new subscription. They fixed us inside of the BlackBerry podcast app, and now what's the word I'm looking for? Show up in both SD and HD.
Yes, and on the device and the playbook.
Some people had to unsubscribe and resubscribe.
Yes.
Just a few. I don't know why. But everybody else seems to be okay.
Yep.
Excellent. There you go. We'll get the microphone fixed.
I swear that wasn't like a hint. He was just bugging me.
We should do the obligatory, recording from home base, and so that's the way this pretty much works. Everybody knows this is done virtually using the lovely technology of not Google Plus, but some Skype. For now, we'll try Google Plus later maybe and see how that goes with the Hangouts. But for now, we'll do this because we may use Google Plus and be able to invite people in when we record live to chat, put comments, things like that.
Excellent.
So we're going to investigate how that works with Google Plus. And if so, we'll let you know. We'll get you involved in the show. So look for that coming up in the show notes if we find out that it works properly. We will be doing the first test run of that on one of the other network shows, The Social Geeks.
There you go.
So we should let people know that subscribe to this. This is not the only show in the network. There's about 4 or 5 that actually exist. If you're into social media, and while she drinks, social media and into other items about the social world and want good commentary, some of the top names get together in a roundtable format, and it's called The Social Geeks. That's going to be recording tonight, and we're going to try Google Hangout and see if we can record multi-way video with Google Hangout. Let you know how it works.
Cool.
For those that don't know what that is yet, go watch the show. You'll learn about Google Plus and the others on there pretty soon, won't you? So you got the news?
I got some news.
Do some news, and we'll go from there.
Now you got me worried. I'm going to miss news.
No. Oh.
All right. So BlackBerry App World updated for me to, and I want to say the version right, and of course I lost my screen just as I said that, to version 2.1.4.9. But also they were talking about some statistics for BlackBerry App World. So BlackBerry App World 3.0 is coming in beta soon. So again, we've talked about that in the past. If you're in the beta program, which it doesn't really take anything to do to join, then you could get a hold of BlackBerry App World 3.0. But while they talked about that, they did mention some stats. So BlackBerry App World now available in over 100 countries, seeing an average of 3 million downloads per day, and they recently crossed the 1 billion app download milestone. So
and this is from the naysayers that say there are no apps.
Right, no apps. Yet someone's downloading 1 billion of them.
It's probably us and all of our viewers.
There you go. So that was some news. I did see, what else? A couple other things. The shareholder meeting was this week, and among some of the information released, they said that there will be 7 new phones from BlackBerry at that meeting. They didn't say which phones. Obviously, we can guess at some of them because we saw them announced at the BlackBerry World Conference, and they didn't say a time, but they did say 7 new phones coming to BlackBerry at some point.
Bold.
Probably the 2 bolds, the 2 curves, the new torch. I'm going to guess that's 5 right there, and then 2 mystery phones.
We got some insight into that. So to bring back, we got some insight into that. We actually talked to some research in motion people this week for an event, and they were pretty open about some of the stuff that was coming out. Like it was pretty public in terms of timing and everything else. New OS stuff coming out, new updates on Playbook features and functions, new devices that are coming as well. And we don't go deep into, the business side of everything, but there's a lot of cool things they're going to be doing in terms of offerings for the devices too. Now, I will say you're going to be upgrading, meaning you're going to want to upgrade your phone. You'll need certain processor and internal memory power to run the new version 7. The new devices are also thinner, lighter, more powerful, like gigahertz processors. Everyone out there that has these devices that watch our show is going to want to get a new device.
Right.
They're going to be really hot, and there's going to be some really cool things going on with it.
Yep. And there was a couple of little floated rumors around talking about the new devices and sort of timing, and that I saw the FCC approved the new folds. So some people were saying, that's sort of an indicator that it's coming along sometime soon. Obviously, we still don't know exact timing, but at least that's a step in the right direction, going against all that one rumor that was floating around we talked about last episode that people were saying, oh, it's delayed, it's delayed, it's delayed.
Right. Everyone will be happy.
There you go.
What else you got?
That's all I got.
That's all you got for news?
That's all I got for news.
Well, stay on time this week. This is going to be great. We've been trying to keep for everybody at that 20 to 30 minute range, so it's watchable, downloadable, easy for sizing and everything else. So yeah, you covered it. So 1 billion downloads. We should probably highlight. It's amazing. People really have to think that 1 billion downloads. BlackBerry's not just, as a lot of the news is saying, oh, North America may not be moving as many devices. The iPhone is moving. Android is taking. It's a global infrastructure. And there's a lot of market share. They're seeing huge growth in Europe, which is somewhere they weren't as big before.
Right.
And so we do have some international audience that definitely sees the show and watches, which is awesome. Love to see them. But you're going to see those devices also, they said, simultaneously, maybe a little bit behind, maybe I guess like you say, like weeks to a month behind the U.S., but you should see those new device launches globally pretty much at the same time.
Right.
Which is going to be hot. And across multiple carriers, so you'll be able to get your hands on them. So I'm already a little excited. Can't wait to see them when they pop out the door. Good?
Good.
Excellent. So normally we move into app land.
Go.
But I will say this, for those that, what? No.
I said go. No, I said go.
So people are asking, so we mentioned Google Plus at the beginning. Just so you know, one thing I have noticed, and I've tried using my BlackBerry browser twice now, and you can do it while I'm showing this, but I've tried going to plus.google.com twice, and I get the dreaded, you can't do this 500 page with mine. So you're not able to get to it via, and there's no app yet for Plus on the BlackBerry.
Right.
They released their Android app right out the gates. I mean, of course, it's Google, so they released their Android, but you can't even get to the web interface right now for Plus. To do it on my BlackBerry device, it won't work. I don't know about yours, but mine won't work. So we'll just call that a day.
I'm trying it now.
While you try yours,
I'm trying
see what
it
you
now.
get.
Okay, you go to do your app.
I'm going to do my app while she plays around with Plus, Google Plus. My app this time, there's a free and paid version of this one. As usual, we try to give you one of both. It's called PageOnce. So if you haven't loaded this yet, call it PageOnce.
Oh, sorry, need to interrupt you. Oh, look at there. Okay, go ahead. No, what? Sorry, what was your app? Go ahead. What was your app? I'm sorry. I wasn't listening. I was going on to Google Plus, so I wasn't listening. I'm so sorry. Please, go ahead.
I apologize for the interruption. It's Google. Mine's called PageOnce. So when you first log in, which we'll show you the video here, you're going to get a screen. It's going to ask if you're a new user, if you need to register, or if you're an existing user. So you're able to log in if you're an existing user. It's going to ask you for, if you're registering, an email address, a password, one security question, and then your zip code, just so it knows pretty much kind of where you are. You'll log in. What this app does is let you pull, and from what I understand, it's been working very well from everything I've tested with at least, is pull in financial data and update your credit cards, financial data, and everything just so you can see current balances and status inside the device itself. It's secure. It stores the information securely on your device as well. I have had one interesting error on it. I had it once or twice on the app itself, and it wouldn't let me. It gave an error, like a crash error one time, but I just clicked restart and it was fine. So I did have that once or twice. It actually does an SSL security connection to that and shows you it uses an SSL connection when you're actually loading it up. So there's no fear of you running across the straight internet without any security on it. But you can put in accounts, you can put in credit cards, you can put in travel itinerary information. It'll go to your banking if you want. It's kind of like Mint. If those that are familiar with Mint for the social side, that is totally secure, awesome interface that lets you budget and plan and do all these services. They build their money by showing you a corner possible ad about like a finance. This one does the same thing in the free version. You'll get a small financial type ad at the top, which you could go to. That's how they make their money from it, but doing the free version, but you can remove ads with the paid versions. So the PageOnce will really allow you to control financially all your information, update it, and see it securely on your BlackBerry. Now, if you do load this app, besides the fact that you should, of course, you create a login and go secure, but one thing I would say that you want to do is make sure that your device is passcode locked for your BlackBerry if you're going to start hooking apps to your financial data. Even though the app itself does have a login capability into it, you may just want to add that extra layer of security. So PageOnce, we'll show you the screen demo of it, and you can now look and update all your financial data right from your BlackBerry. Not just your bank, we're talking credit cards and everything else.
Cool.
I like it. It's a cool little app, paid and free both. And they have a website as well.
Excellent.
We'll put that, as always, in the show notes for you. So you're up. It's your app time.
I'm up. So I'm still trying to log in here, and I'm just forgetting my password. But I'm going to guess the big difference, a little segue here, the big difference between the browser you tried to use on your BlackBerry device and the browser I tried to use on my BlackBerry device were different.
What did you use, Bolt?
I used Bolt.
Why don't you tell them what Bolt is?
So Bolt is an app you can get for your BlackBerry device. And
we get it's an app. We know it's an app.
Are you mocking me? Really?
I'm slightly mocking the fact that we know it's an app.
Okay. And it just, I prefer it. It's my browser of choice. Basically, it works more like a full browser on your device, so it skips the mobile version of a lot of websites and goes to the real version, and works a lot better, works a lot faster than the browser on my current device. Now, I've seen demos of the browser on OS 7, and that's a different world, but where we are now back here, it's a much faster browser. It also has a little add-on that you can get from Bolt's website that half the time will allow you, if you see a URL like in an email, it'll ask you, you can have a menu option to open it in Bolt, so you don't have to copy and paste. It doesn't work all the time. I've noticed there are still times when you have a link, you hit the link and it'll take you to the BlackBerry browser. So it's not perfect, but it's still a lot faster, a lot better, I think.
Is that your app? It's perfect if it is.
It should be my app. It's my app. Now it's my app.
All right, the Bolt browser. I've used it before. I really like
Bolt
it.
browser.
I didn't reload it when I reloaded the device, and I forgot about it. It allows you to do a lot more functionality in mobile and full web interfaces than the built-in browser.
Right, exactly. So it's a lot easier to get around, I find, and a lot faster. I like it a lot better.
And it did take a moment longer to load, though. Mine did. It always took an extra second longer than the normal BlackBerry browser, I guess. Is
Really?
what I'm saying. Yeah.
Mine was always faster.
I don't know. It always took a second longer, but I did like the functionality much better. Now I'm not talking about the pages. I'm talking about initially launching the application. It took an extra second.
Oh, yeah. Okay, right. Yeah, I'm with you there. Yeah, I'll agree with that. Yeah.
Launching the app the first
splash
time
screen. Right.
takes an extra second. It just doesn't come up like some people expect. But then the functionality far exceeds the internal browser.
Right, and then loading actual sites is faster than the BlackBerry browser.
And it has a whole bunch of tweak settings you can put into it, too, about what it loads and script, JavaScript on. You can do all sorts of things there as well. Excellent. That's a good one.
Yeah, that's at boltbrowser.com. I don't think it's in the App Store. I was just trying to quickly look.
I don't think it is either. I think you have to go to their site to get it. We'll put that in the show notes. So everyone knows we use Digo. We use the Digo bookmark service. It's DIIGO. We have a group, which we put in the show notes every single week for BlackBerry Today. You're able then with the group to see all the sites, all the pages, the app pages to App World, everything that we talk about or find stories on, and it's by episode number. So you'll see BBT-007 for this one. So you can see all the groups, but each post will have all the links that you need. You can join our group and submit links for us to review or look at as well in the group. You can also just view everything we've done in past shows. It's a good way to keep in touch. And we use Diigo because it syncs up with everything else. It has bookmarklets across the browsers. It's a great little tool. I've been using it for quite some time. So we use Diigo. We should also tell you how to get in touch with us. Might as well do it all at once.
Sure.
Twitter. Twitter's a good way. We've had good feedback coming on Twitter recently. BlackBerry Today is our Twitter account. So we've had good feedback and tweets coming in. You can also send us email, bbtoday@spikestudio.com. We do check the email. We have gotten great tips and things coming in email, as well as viewer feedback. Mm-hmm. And then the phone number, you can call us, 443-BB-TODAY, and leave us voicemail. And our favorite we'd love to see is if you have a tip or you have a question, do a quick video. We'll put it right in the middle of the show, and you can leave the tip of the video, get you some credit, put your name on it, whatever you want to do. But you can send a link. Don't email us the video. Just upload it to YouTube, upload it to Vimeo, wherever you want, and send us the link, and we'll put it in there.
Yep.
Definitely.
Okay, so two things.
Yeah, go ahead.
So Bolt is in BlackBerry App World. I just looked it up. So that's one thing. It's boltbrowser.com. That's back there. And then the other thing that I just remembered as I was going to look at BlackBerry App World on my Mac is that now BlackBerry App World, the website, just if you were looking at appworld.blackberry.com, works on the Mac. It used to be before you got like an error, you had to say okay, and it still, it said it wasn't supported, yada, yada, yada. Now it's working on the Mac. So that's
amazing.
Another little tidbit.
Amazing. Yeah, previously you'd go in and say, do you want to continue?
Right.
So even if I click a direct link to a product, I'd get that continue page and then throw me back to the home page.
Right, and then you had to like re-click your link or whatever. Yep. Nope, works now.
Very upsetting. I'm glad they fixed that.
Yeah, it works now. So both browsers there. Oh, and you were talking about Twitter. So this is a good segue. You were talking about Twitter.
Yeah.
Let me just pull this up. We had someone, Gitmo Slave on Twitter, asked if we could recommend a SIP or VoIP app for OS 6 which is not tied to a service.
Wow. He threw that one out there, didn't he? It's not tied to a service?
Not tied to a service.
I don't know of one that isn't tied to a service at all, because you're going to have some sort of account somewhere. Even the ones that used to work across the platforms were always tied to some sort of service that you wanted to do. He's trying to just hit a straight SIP. I'll look, see what we can come up with for the next show, for episode 8. But I can't imagine you'll find one that isn't tied to a service unless we can find a client that deals directly with a telephony provider or telephony systems like Cisco's or the others, and where you could actually load something that would then let you openly connect. But most of them want to control where you go and how you log in and everything else. Well, look,
I thought if any of our wonderful viewers had an answer and they wanted to either send it in on Twitter or send it in via email or any of the other ways that you just went through to contact us, that would be great.
Yes, please. Definitely. We should retweet that stuff. So if you follow us on Twitter, BlackBerry Today, we will try to also start retweeting some of those to get the whole public side of it. That's a good way to do it.
Retweeting it as we speak.
There you go. It'll be in the Twitter stream. By the time you see this, it's in the stream. Go find it. It's in the stream. So before we do our tips of the week, we need to talk about our lovely sponsor. And thank you for those of you that actually went and looked already, so we can keep serving up the show itself. So we're dealing with Skin It, providing the little gel skins for your devices. You can make your own custom skins. You can actually order one for your favorite sports teams. You can order ones for the weather, abstract. They've got all sorts of crazy sports-related ones besides your teams. You can get ones related to, there was another category, lifestyle, animals, pets, whatever you've got. But the best ones I like are ones you can upload yourself. So for those that want to upload a picture of their kids, or you want to upload a picture of your favorite event, or maybe you took an awesome picture up in the mountains or skydiving, whatever. Put on your device, and it's a gel skin. It's not a hard cover. It's just a protective gel cover for all your devices. They support them all. They're all in there. Click through our link for it, and what you do is help provide support to the show itself. Nothing major, but it helps us keep the show going and lets them know that you came from us. So if you go to Skin It, you get the link from our show notes. And you know what? We'll create a bit.ly code for it as well and put that up on the screen. I'll put up a bit.ly code so you can actually just click through right from bit.ly for us or type it in real quick. How's that sound?
Fantastic.
Excellent. Are you up first for tips? Because I went first for apps.
Sure, I'll go first for tips. So my tip is a silly one. My tip is a tip that when I figured this out completely by accident, I felt really stupid that I didn't already know this. Because I'm pretty good, I know all the little shortcut keys and all. Well, not all, but I know a lot of shortcut keys. I'd say I'm a power user of my BlackBerry. So I felt really, really dumb. But in case anybody else is out there like me, so you go to take a photo of yourself, right? Because that's what everybody does with their BlackBerry, and you hold your phone out, and you're sitting there, and you're trying to, for me, I was trying to hit the little button, right? The button to press to take the picture. But my big fingers here, or fingernails, or whatever, I was always hitting the other buttons. I was hitting like the BlackBerry key, or I was hitting whatever, or I was zooming in and out instead of pressing the button to take the picture. Yeah, so little did I know, this is on the tour, mind you, but I think it's true for other devices. The same button that pulls up the camera on the side of the device will also take a picture, and it's much easier to click that when you're doing the, goofy taking a picture of yourself at arm's length photo shot. So I just throw that out there. I had no idea until I accidentally clicked it while trying to do something else and take a picture, and that button on the side takes a photo as well as your button in the middle. I now hang my head in shame that I did not know this. But
I'm going to change my tip. Just based on that, I'm going to change my tip.
Are you going to change your tip just to mock me? I have a feeling you
are. So, inside your options.
Yes. Oh, yeah, good.
Screen and keyboard for everybody. So options, screen and keyboard, be the same for everybody. Depending on the device you have, it depends on the number of this option, but you have the choice, and those are called, the button you're clicking is called the convenience key.
Convenience key, yes, that was the word.
So all the phones have convenience keys. The Storm has two. I have a convenience key on the top and a convenience key on the bottom. What you're able to do is go into the menu into convenience keys, click the button, and set them to do or open any app or anything you want, including nothing. So you can set the convenience key to actually launch you to App World or launch you into your favorite program, launch you into your favorite Twitter app, take a picture, whatever you want to do. So my right key, based on the Storm by default, that makes you hold it like a camera, is by default the camera key. The left one I have is set to nothing, but I can actually hit the drop down and scroll through all the applications that are here that I have loaded, including the desktop. You can go straight to the desktop. Anything you want to do, that convenience key will then activate. So on yours, you only have one convenience key. But if you happen to have two.
I have two.
You have two convenience keys?
I have two.
Well, look at that. Then you can do both.
Well, see, but my left convenience key goes back to something you said earlier, which
What's that?
It locks my device.
Ah, see, I use the lock button on the top all the time. Wait, we're doing too many. Stop messing around with the extra tips.
Sorry.
Well, convenience keys. Today's was convenience keys and taking a picture with the convenience keys. That was the tips today.
Yes.
Okay.
There you go.
So,
but that was by default. I didn't even have to set that.
Right.
Clearly, because I didn't know about it.
The camera one is usually default on all of them with cameras.
Right.
If you have an 8830, I'm sorry, no camera. The business global device that they put out there in Verizon and them, but 8800 series. So what you're able to walk around now is convenience keys. You can set them to whatever you want. Voice dialing, applications, desktop, to your favorite app. You can actually set, now you can't set a person as a speed call. I thought you could have, but you can't do that. But everything else is there. So there you have both tips for the week, and we are actually going on time. How's that looking?
Perfect.
Perfect. So everybody knows if you're watching this, you've already downloaded us, or you're streaming us online. If you don't want to download all the shows, but you actually want to watch it in HD, we put it up in HD on both Vimeo and Mevio. So you're able to grab both of those in HD at your pleasure. You're able to watch us on the YouTube channel in HD as well. And then, of course, we're in SD for all the devices. By default, for the iOS devices, we are in SD. For the standard devices for BlackBerry, non-playbook, we are in SD. And for the playbook, we are in the HD channel. And we're happy to be there and everything else. So I think we're good today. We did it. We're right on time.
Excellent.
Perfect. So you guys will see us again. Some of you have asked, actually, do we have a set schedule? No. We our average is about every 10 days. Every week we could, but I think right now we're doing good about every 10 days. It gives you time to download, time to watch, as well as filter through, right, and start using more features that we teach you along the way. A weekly show, it could be. If we wanted it to be, we could easily do a weekly show. There's a billion people downloaded apps. There's a lot of apps. So there's everything we could do. Lots of tips. I need to cover the one other thing. Let me sneak it at the end. Let me point. Remember I said on my device I could find no way in the storm to bring up the log menu when we did the log tip last time.
Yes.
I went online. In the OS 5 for the storm, they removed the keyboard to let you do it. Now, I called some people inside of Research in Motion, which I've been told there is a way to make it happen, and I'm waiting for that now. So we'll see what we get.
Okay.
All right.
Now we've gone over.
We're close. So no, we're still under. So everybody knows, BlackBerry Today, we appreciate you watching. This is episode number 7. We will be seeing you in just a few for episode number 8. Good?
Good.
Say goodbye.
Bye.